Tendons popping and like the blood. It's all just so great. And I'm addicted to eating raw meat.
The woman took a plate of raw beef out of her bag and started eating it. The other customers in the store gave her strange looks.
While you're sitting there getting your feet done is absolutely disgusting.
She didn't care. Wendy had been eating raw beef for over 20 years without ever getting sick.
And some nice freaking fatty beef. Straight out of the package. I love this.
Shalom, I hope you all are well. I am blessed and I'm back again with a quick video. I hope your stomachs aren't squeamish because what you're about to see is not of human nature. A channel came up in my recommended videos and I clicked it out of curiosity, only to see a man eating like an animal. You know, this whole situation of eating raw and bloody red meat is disgusting. And quite frankly, it is of caveman origin.
I love this.
Now, even if you don't know anything about the dietary laws in the Bible, you have to know that something about this is completely off. Only animals don't cook their food. Only animals eat raw meat. Think about it. The Most High gave us fire, intelligence, and a digestive system meant for prepared food. Our bodies are not designed to process raw meat. When you lower yourself to eat raw flesh, you are playing Russian roulette with your health. The human stomach does not have the intense bone-dissolving acid of a wild predator to kill off deadly pathogens. So therefore, when someone eats raw meat or undercooked beef, you are inviting dangerous parasites and bacteria straight into your temple. You're exposing yourself to E. coli, which causes agonizing stomach cramps and internal bleeding. You're risking salmonella and other bacteria. And let's not forget about the beef tapeworm, a literal parasite that can grow for years inside of your intestines, stealing your nutrients because you chose to eat like an animal instead of a human. The physical consequences alone tells us that the Most High did not create those of us who are human to consume raw flesh.
So I'm eating in my car because that stuff is good. Because I'm home. And if my family sees what I got, they're gonna take it from me. I got these little salt packets. I have a salt and a pepper one. I don't know where my other salt ones went, but I guess this will do. But I don't want to share. So, here we are in my car.
Something is really wrong. Look at her face when she takes a bite. She's enjoying that raw meat. That blood tastes too much.
So do you guys ever eat something in your car to avoid your family like taking it from you?
First of all, are y'all paying attention to her face? This is definitely not normal behavior. She couldn't possibly really think that this bloody taste is good. That this raw taste is good. And she actually said that if she took it in the house, her family would take it from her. Meaning there's a whole clan of people in her house that eat raw meat. I thought it was interesting that somebody in the comments said, these are the people who will probably eat humans. And check out this comment at the very top that says, I just know you got parasites. People know how sick you can get from eating raw meat. For those of you who are not in the know, do you ever ask yourself why certain people have certain mannerisms, and what kind of person would have the desire to taste raw flesh and blood? Ask yourself that. Those of you who were created to adhere to the Most High's laws, let's read Leviticus 17:11 through 12. You know who you are. It reads, "For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that make an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourn among you eat blood." Then there's Genesis 9:4. "But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat." Still don't believe we shouldn't eat like the heathens? Well, let's take a look at Deuteronomy chapter 12, verses 23 through 24. It reads, "Only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life, and thou may not eat the life with the flesh. Thou may not eat the life with the flesh. Thou shalt not eat it, thou shalt pour it upon the earth as water." So simply put, this means when you consume blood, you are consuming the life force and character of an animal, which the Most High explicitly forbids. In the ancient world, primitive cave populations and barbaric tribes like the Vikings ignored this law entirely. So by rejecting this lawless primitive mindset and cooking our food, we respect the divine order that separates humans from beasts. We keep our temples clean, healthy, and we're obedient to the word.
Of the day, I'm going to have some raw ribeye steak, some beef liver, one goose egg and one chicken egg. Look at the size of that goose egg.
You don't gotta mask it. Cooked food is so dry and tasteless that you gotta mask it with all these seasonings and sauces. People ask me, can you use sauces or seasonings for raw meat? Seasonings not so much, but sauces, sure. Let's try some sauces. Okay, first sauce, some beer mustard on this ribeye, raw ribeye. So here's some beer mustard.
Wendy had been eating raw beef for over 20 years without ever getting sick. The store employees, afraid, asked her to put the raw meat away. After putting the raw meat away, Wendy wanted to get a manicure, but the employees were afraid to touch her hands, which had just handled raw beef.
But next time, okay? Okay.
Wendy has 2 separate refrigerators at home, one of which is specifically for storing raw meat. Wendy eats 2 pounds of raw beef every day. She likes to prepare the raw beef in various
Porterhouse is my favorite. Oh my God.
delicious ways. Wendy believes that the softer the raw beef, the more delicious it is.
Why do y'all think they have all these vampire movies out? And within those vampire movies, they also have people turning into werewolves. So what a coincidence, the Most High tells us not to drink the animal's blood because the animal's life is within that blood. Then they make movies with vampires drinking blood, and they also have people turning into animals. It's usually a werewolf in the movies, but still it's a person turning into an animal. Now, they try to call this entertainment, they wrap it up in flashy movies and try to make it look cool. But if you take a look at this spiritually, it is a direct transgression against the Most High. He commanded us directly not to eat or drink blood because the life of the animal is within it. I literally mentioned this to my husband yesterday, how crazy it is that whatever the Most High commands us not to do, that is the exact thing society blatantly glorifies and pushes on society. The world celebrates the very thing that the Creator called an abomination, turning a spiritual violation into everyday entertainment. When we take a look at the instructions that the Most High gave the Israelites in the Bible, YAHUAH was very specific about how to handle meat. He didn't just tell us what not to do, He gave us a precise pattern. In Deuteronomy 12:24, he says, "You must pour the blood out onto the earth like water." And when it came to eating the meat, like during the Passover in Exodus 12:8, he commanded that it must be roasted over fire, not eaten raw. The thing we must do is wash our meat before we eat it and make sure it's well done. Why? Because Yahuwah established a divine boundary between humans and beasts. Fire purifies, and pouring the blood into the earth returns the life force back to the Most High who gave it. So what does it mean that the life is in the blood? An animal lives purely on survival, aggression, fear, and wild impulses. When Yahuwah commands us not to consume the blood, he is protecting our spirits. He is saying, do not absorb the soul and the wild nature of the beast into your temple. But look at what's happening today. By blatantly disregarding the biblical dietary laws and craving raw, bloody flesh, people are spiritually opening the door to those very same animalistic ways. And these are those people who think, act, and look like predators. Society will tell us that it's a diet or a trend or, it tastes good. But spiritually, they're taking on the nature of the beast because they refuse to pour the life out onto the earth as Yahuwah commanded. Instead, they rather ingest it. You might be thinking, well, how do you pour blood off of chicken breast or chicken wings or ground beef? You're right, you can't. But you can wash it, and you can pour the blood out of the container when it puddles in that little styrofoam. And then what you do next is you cook it because that purifies it. Eating raw meat is not healthy, and it's not some trending diet. It's a spiritual transgression. They're taking on the nature of that beast because they refuse to wash their meat and cook it. Now, I'm barely scratching the surface on this topic. There's so many other dietary laws in the Bible that we should be adhering to, especially those people of the Bible. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. For the people of the book who eat meat, do you like your steaks medium rare or half cooked? What about your hamburgers? We absolutely should not be taking on the heathen's ways. And I have seen some of us eat meat half done. We must get away from those heathenistic ways that we've learned. Thank you all for listening, and may the Most High Baruch all deserving. Shalom.
DRK, all praises to the Most High. Look, the king is due to arrive. Soon enough, spent too many nights praying. I don't stoop low and then lose was provided. Somehow the coldest road doubles as the liquid of fire. Pursuit of desires. They losing sight of what was written down in stone scriptures. Enduring till the end, the world is so senseless. Praise to Yahuwah, I am not Christian. Israelite. Government's trying to sell us on them aliens. It's not convincing. All this outer world talk is pointless, just distractions. Y'all can argue about orbit, but are you anointed? That's what matters. Dialogue Hebraic, moms was on Rosetta Stone level classes. I know we looking down, proud and happy. In my mind, I'm never satisfied, cause I know it's a stretch from where we supposed to be. Long as a limousine, the other side's never clean. Talking crazy about the Elohim, wash your mouth like some Listerine. Cause once you're looking eye to eye, you sure to be switching teams. No. If I saved just one soul, it was all worth it. Father Yah, it goes without saying, I'm a ride or die. They mishandling the facts like it's a bag with a bomb inside. Detonation. It's a bomb. Watch it blow up in their faces. Boom. Detonation. Detonation. Father Yah, it goes without saying, I'm a ride or die. They mishandling the facts like it's a bag with a bomb inside. Watch it blow up in their face. This is DRK spitting from around the way. Trying to walk just like Yahusha, like a game of Simon Say. Finally, right where I need to be.